Hashtag askgojiman, vegan keto diets, yay or nay? Roll the titles.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you.
Welcome back. It's good to see you all again. If we haven't met before, then hi, I'm Goji Man. I'm currently finishing a Masters in Nutrition and qualifying as a nutritionist, and next year I'll be studying for a PhD in nutritional science. I make vegan health and nutrition videos every single day unless I'm snowed with assignments, in which I answer your health questions under the hashtag AskGojiman. So if you have a question for me, then hashtag AskGojiman in the comments below, or alternatively send your video questions through to contact@gojimannutrition.com. So before I jump to the question, just a quick reminder that you are now able to order the organic acids test, the stool test and the SIBO test through my website. So if you have any health issues that you've been struggling to get to the bottom of, then I would highly recommend taking these tests. So ketogenic diets have become very trendy in the world of social media over the last couple of years, and it was inevitable that anything they could do, vegan diets could do better. But are vegan keto diets all they are cracked up to be? And more importantly, are they even safe? So before I would even attempt in tackling the question of whether vegan keto diets are safe, I'm a firm believer in asking the question why. Why do you need to do a ketogenic type diet in the first place? If you have health conditions or need to lose weight, what is out of whack in the body that is pushing you down a keto type route? Because ultimately very few people start ketogenic diets in a healthy state. They are usually trying to regain their health. But very few people will actually question what the underlying issues are in the body that need to be corrected, rather than jumping on the new fad diet on the block. It is the equivalent of replacing a new engine on a car because the alternator is broke. So before we jump into what the science tells us, let's have a quick recap on what ketosis actually is. So essentially, when you don't give your body enough carbohydrates, it will burn fat instead. So when your glycogen stores are used up and there is insufficient glucose in the blood, your body will search for alternative fuel sources in the form of fat. So the process of breaking down fat for fuel is known as beta oxidation, and when fatty acids are broken down, there is an increase in acetyl-CoA. And acetyl-CoA is a molecule needed in the metabolism of fats, proteins and carbs. So without getting too geeky, as acetyl-CoA increases, it enters the Krebs cycle, which is the process in which your cells generate energy, and it combines with oxaloacetic acid to form citrate or citric acid. Citrate then causes a rapid breakdown of acetoacetate, or better known as ketone body, which is produced in the liver, and from this the body can use these ketone bodies as a source of fuel. So if you think about hibernation in the context of a bear, it will consume a lot of food and salmon during the summer, and then the excess calories are stored as fat and fuel so that the bear has sufficient energy to keep it alive during the winter hibernation. In the bear's body during this period, there are a number of different metabolic processes occurring, ketone bodies being one, so that the bear doesn't starve to death. And these metabolic processes occur because of the extreme reactions occurring in the bear's body in terms of the near shutting down of its cardiovascular and circulatory systems. And it should also be noted that ketone bodies and ketosis happens at a slow, gradual rate, so not to induce severe acidity in the bear's blood. And in this context, it should also be noted that animals in the animal kingdom and even our ancestors would only enter ketosis during times of famine and when food was scarce. Ketosis is therefore nothing more than a state of starvation. So to induce ketosis in the human body is actually quite difficult to achieve and very restrictive in terms of dietary choices. Regardless of whether you're on a standard ketogenic diet or a vegan keto diet, 80 to 90% of your calories will come from fat, and to induce ketosis you will need to be consuming probably less than 35 grams of carbs per day, so less than a smallish banana. The restriction continues around protein, and by giving the body anything above bare minimal protein, then it would be broken down and converted into sugar. Now, one of the biggest misconceptions around vegan and other ketogenic diets is that you will be constantly in fat burning mode, and obviously the net result of this is that your body won't store fat, and this is pure stupidity. Sorry about the noise, but there is a tractor just over there rudely interrupting, but I will carry on anyway. So if you are on a ketogenic diet and you eat a high fat meal, then your body has to burn through this by importing the fatty acids into the mitochondria. Then beta oxidation has to occur, various transporters, carnitine, palm-2 transferases, etc. And all of these different processes are regulated by fat. And this fat burning process can often be slower than burning through glucose. So it is quite feasible that if you eat a high fat meal for breakfast, when you move on to lunch, your mitochondria is still processing the fat from breakfast. So potentially anything that you eat at lunch could be stored as fat in the body. So let's jump into what some of the other main known side effects that are in the scientific literature when you go on a vegan keto diet or any other keto diet for that matter. So number one, and of course I was going to start with this one, but there is research that shows that high fat diets result in gut microflora imbalances, and this can have knock-on effects in terms of food intolerances, gut and digestive issues, bowel changes, and even mental health. Number two, there is also the risk of kidney stones with keto type diets. This is because ketosis increases the amount of uric acid in the body, reduces citric acid and increases the amount of oxalic acid, and under these parameters kidney stones can be formed. Number three, fatty liver disease on ketogenic diets has also been observed, particularly on vegan keto diets if large amounts of saturated fats are consumed, particularly coconut oil. Number four, muscle cramps are also a fairly regular occurrence on keto diets due to lower amounts of potassium and magnesium coming into the body. Number five, another area of concern with ketogenic diets is an increased risk of bone fractures. High levels of circulating ketone bodies can make the blood very acidic, and just as eating acidic animal-rich foods, it can cause a loss of calcium and other minerals as the body attempts to buffer the acidity. Number six, another common problem often overlooked is that vegan keto diets, because of their low protein content, can often cause muscle loss. Number seven, vegan ketogenic diets can also lead to hyponatremia or a loss of salt from the body. This can occur after you enter ketosis, as once all of the glycogen is used up, water is realized in the body and is excreted via the kidneys and urine. And many of the body's salt reserves also get removed from the body. Number eight, when you first go on a ketogenic diet, it is common to experience keto flu, where your body gets carbohydrate withdrawal symptoms such as nausea, muscle aches, dizziness, and a complete lack of energy. Number nine, many vegan ketogenic dieters also report insomnia, which can last from a few weeks or even a few months. It is thought that this is a result of less fibre in the body, so therefore you have less short-chain fatty acids, and therefore lower neurotransmitter production. Number 10, other common symptoms both in the short and long term that vegan keto dieters report are loss of energy, bad breath, brain fog, and cravings. So that's the end of today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, remember to look after your body because it's the only place you have to live. And I'll see you next time.